Kendall, thanks. Well, a nationwide pilgrimage is bringing a message of peace to Jackson. A group of Buddhist monks is walking more than 2,000 miles across the United States promoting unity and kindness. The journey began October 26th in Fort Worth, Texas. They'll travel through 10 states before reaching Washington, D.C. Today, they stopped in the capital city to share their message. The pilgrimage is called the Walk of Peace. 16 WAPT's Brooklyn Joyner live at the state capitol to tell us more. Brooklyn.
Troy, according to assisting organizations, they told me that this is the first time the Walk of Peace has come to the United States, and the response to it here at the Capitol has been great. We saw people crying and smiling, and they clung on to every word that the monks shared on those steps. Now, we saw about 17 monks sharing messages of peace, reminding everyone that peace isn't something that they can hand out, but something that must come from within each of us. Their walk began on October 26th in Texas, and their goal is to make it all the way to Washington, D.C. Now, many people I spoke to told me they traveled from all over Mississippi and even surrounding states to be here today, including Tiffany Duggar from Batesville, Mississippi.
Right now, it's the personification of peace. I mean, they have sacrificed so much. Some of them are out here walking in sandals. Some of them are walking barefoot. So they're making sacrifices. They have dedicated their life to peace.
They touch us. We never expected this. But Mississippi have showed us so much love, and thank you so much for that.
The monks also dedicated this walk to one of their own who was hit by a car earlier on in Texas. Now, this monk did have his leg amputated, but he is expected to be okay. And they also gave out these bracelets. They're yellow strings of yarn, and they told me that they represent good luck. I'm live here in downtown Jackson. Brooklyn Joyner, 16 WAPT News. Back to you.
We are all visitors to this time, this place. We are just passing through. Our purpose here is to observe, to learn, to grow, to love, and then we return home.
The monks have come a long way, moving through fields and towns, carrying nothing but their robes, their walking sticks, and a quiet resolve. Life is short, they say in silence with each step. We are visitors in this world, here to learn, here to watch, here to love. And as their feet touch the red clay roads of the Magnolia State, it feels like the earth itself pauses, noticing their presence. From Louisiana to Jackson, Mississippi, the people come out to walk a few steps or many. Behind the saffron flame of robes, they come with children laughing, with elders nodding quietly, with neighbors who never met before, all feeling the simple pull of compassion. The monks lead, but it's a shared rhythm, a slow, steady blues beat in the heart of the city. At the Mississippi State Capitol, they are honored, not with fanfare or glitter, but with quiet acknowledgement. Residents and officials alike step aside to let the monks breathe in the moment. A plaque is presented, yes, but it's really a reflection, a mirror of what we are capable of when we choose peace over anger, compassion over indifference. The monks' leader speaks softly, reminding all who listen that peace begins in the heart, that a single breath of mindfulness can ripple far beyond the body it inhabits. Then they walk again down city streets lined with people and echoes of curiosity. The children run ahead, elders pace slowly behind, and strangers catch the rhythm of each footstep. One by one, Mississippi joins the meditation of movement, and Aloka, faithful little shadow of the pilgrimage, trots along, her tail a slow wag, pausing now and then to smell the warmth of life around her. When the road gets too long, she rides in the support car, resting her pause, but always ready, always eager to return to the march. Night falls, the streetlights hum like like old guitar strings over the empty highway. The monks rest in pearl and aloca curls at the edge of the field. Her bright eyes catching the faint glow of the moon. Here is the pause, the breath between blues notes. Life is short, we are visitors. We learn, we love, we watch, and then in the quiet they walk again. Morning comes slow like a bass line, rolling across the dew-soaked fields. Mississippi stretches ahead, Pillahatchee, Morton Forest. The road is long, but every step is a measure in the rhythm of intention. Community members bring water and bananas, small offerings of humanity. One woman's gesture went viral, a reminder that even a simple act of kindness can ring out like a soulful chorus across the miles. And the monks walk on, steady, calm, their faces touched by the sun, their eyes reflecting the weight of what they carry and the lightness of their purpose. They walk because life is fleeting, because each breath is a gift, because each encounter offers a lesson in patience, compassion, and love. Mississippi's red clay roads and small towns, its capital steps, all bear witness to this slow, deliberate meditation in motion. The road stretches ahead, long and unbroken, the rhythm of the blues that is not a burden. It is the music of a life itself, step after step, breath after breath, one foot after another. The monks remind everyone that to walk in peace is to walk fully, not in haste, not for applause, but because the time we have is short and the lessons we receive along the way are everything. Aloka trots beside them again, her small paws keeping time with the rhythm of hearts, and the people who walk behind, beside, and around the monks learn what we are all here to learn. That life is short, that love is necessary, that observation is sacred, and that even the smallest gesture, a hand offered, a drink of water, a smile, can be a song in the key of compassion. And as they leave Jackson behind and continue into the soft haze of Mississippi morning, the message lingers. Life is short, and the lessons we receive along the way are everything.
Her walk stands as a living reminder that hope can be renewed, division can be softened, and peace can be fostered through the courage and sincerity of those who lead the world with an open heart. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the citizens of Mississippi warmly welcome the Walk with Peace delegation from our city, honor their historic pilgrimage across our state, and recognize their presence as the Mississippi capital.
We started in Fort Worth on the 26th of October to continue on this journey. And this is a very difficult journey for all the monks, but we already dedicated our life to this journey. So even though we suffer a lot on our foot, on our body, this physical body, but we still not giving up. We still fight hard to walk peacefully and mindfulness. When we cultivate mindfulness, when we walk each and every step that we make, that is mindful, and then we spread that message out to everybody. Hope that everyone will live in unity and harmony, and with this compassion, loving kindness, and peace, may you all be well, be happy, and peaceful. And we are very grateful that all the people along the road that offer us a lot of food, offer us a lot of snacks, water, shops, shoes, everything. It warms our heart.
true through every day and night. That kindness is a refuge, and love can set you free. So our local walks with me. Our local walks with me.
A loca walks beside the monks on dusty roads beneath the sky. A little heart upon his head, a gentle gift no gold can buy. From Kolkata's tender lanes to America's wide open breeze, he carries love in every step, a tiny pilgrim spreading peace. A loca, the heart that walks for peace, a saffron glow in fur so sweet. Wherever he goes, compassion grows. A loca walks and love flows free. A loca, little monk of light, guide us all through day and night. Your gentle heart for all to see. A loca walks for you and me. 112 days across India, he walked with monks through sun and rain. Now from Texas to Washington, 120 days again. His saffron coat like Buddha's robe, a symbol born from nature's art. But the truest robe he ever wears is the kindness shining from his heart. Aloka, the heart that walks for peace, a saffron glowing fur so sweet. Wherever he goes, compassion grows. Aloka walks and love flows free. Aloka, little monk of light, guide us all through day and night. Your gentle heart for all to see. Aloka walks for you and me. Look closely there upon his brow, a perfect heart so pure, so mild, as if the world itself declared, here walks love in the shape of a child. He teaches without any word, he leads without a single sound, just walking softly, step by step, placing peace upon the ground. Aloka, the heart that walks for peace, a saffron glowing fur so sweet. Wherever he goes, compassion grows. Aloka walks and love flows free. Aloka, little monk of light, guide us all through day and night. From Kolkata to the land of dreams, Aloka walks for you and me. Aloka, our little heart, may your journey never cease. Where your paws touch the earth, may the world be blessed with peace.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. This is another episode of Live from the Hermitage, and we are actually not at the Hermitage this evening. We are staying at a family's place. It's a RV. This is our little Christmas tree tabletop Christmas tree, but we have ornaments on there for all of our dogs. We have 5 dogs total, 2 that live here with my sister, and we got 2 currently here that are mine. You guys know the boys, of course, Xander and Xavier, and they're hanging out with us. They're kind of snoozing. And then we have a new addition to our family. It's quite a magical Christmas here because we're going to, not only have a sort of a family reunion, but we're going to bring a new addition to our family home. We have a new baby boy. It's a Pyrenees Mastiff mix puppy, and it will be 8 weeks old, and we'll be going up to get it in 10 days from now, about 10 days. So just right around Christmas Eve, we'll bring him home, and of course we'll share all of that with you guys here on the channel. For some channel news tonight, I just got one announcement for this show. We've been kicking around for a couple episodes now whether or not we would be giving away mailers on the show, and so starting next week, that's what we're going to do. We're going to give away 1 mailer each episode. We're going to do it with a raffle right here in the channel. It'll be conducted live in the YouTube chat channel by our new bot. Everybody say hello to CloudBot, who is going to manage the channel, and if you get out of line, CloudBot supposedly is going to get on you because he's going to do the moderation too as well. So we'll see how that goes. It's kind of a test. That's why we started late today. We started, wow, maybe a good 20 minutes or more late on the stream. We had some technical difficulties due to the new bot, but I think we're streaming well now, and we got a great show in store for you guys tonight. Please jump into the chat and say hello. Definitely feel free to discuss tonight's topic. What we're going to talk about tonight is something we're probably going to do many more shows on. And I actually have a stack of, I'll turn the other camera on. That's our Christmas tree, by the way, guys. That's I guess my fireplace is going dead now, but we got the fire, so you can say it's a fireside chat with the Dharma bum, but the batteries are dying on the fireplace, and then our tree. But anyway, welcome guys to another episode. What we're going to talk about tonight is something that in the last couple of weeks or so has really moved me profoundly as a Buddhist, as an American Buddhist, and then on all kinds of spiritual levels as well. And we'll really talk about that, spend some time talking about it. We saw the first clips today at the top of the stream. We saw the news clip, which is a recent one, but it's a walk for peace. It's some monks from Laos, I believe, is the origination of these monks, and they have been all over the world: Laos, Thailand, particularly India, where they completed a 120-day march across India. And that's where they picked up Aloka. Aloka is the now incredibly famous dog who is, traveling with these monks. And originally she was a stray in Calcutta, India, which, if you know anything about India, it's probably one of the poorest places in the world. And one of the places, probably even more so than Mexico, where my boys were rescued from, one of the places where there's the most misery of street dogs. I mean, there's just millions of them, okay? And in Mexico City, the same way, and across Mexico, really, there's the same condition prevails, which is how my boys came to be rescued and brought to America. Well, Aloka, apparently, I found out today, also is going to remain in America. She's not leaving the country. She's been granted full paperwork, like my boys had, to get in. It's a very expensive deal, but apparently Aloka will remain in the United States of America permanently now, even though the monks that are doing the peace walk will move on. Peace walk began in Austin, Texas, and then the goal is to, in 120 days, to reach Washington, D.C. And that's their goal. They're a bit behind schedule. They've had some incredible difficulties and incredible challenges along the way, and we're going to talk about those tonight, and probably look at some videos about that. Everything we're going to watch tonight, guys, as usual, is linked in the description. So all the videos, including the ones at the top of the stream, are in the description, linked in the description below, as well as informative links about the Walk for Peace. I have a stack of Kleenex next to me, guys. I probably cry almost every video about these incredible monks. I cry, and I've been weeping for weeks about this, and tears of joy, really. They are. It's just so moving what is going on here. And what I want to talk about tonight, and sort of highlight with some of the videos as well, is the effect that these monks are having on the communities that they pass through. In particular, the one that they're passing through now. They're passing through Mississippi. And even the monk had to admit, the lead monk, who's very eloquent, very well spoken, very very simple and humble monk, but very well spoken, and he even admitted today in a news conference that he was surprised at the huge outpouring of love. Mississippi, I believe, is the first state where the governor actually got involved, and there was a ceremony at the state capitol in Mississippi for them, and people traveled from states all around, as well as Mississippi, to be present. We'll look at some videos too, but you probably already saw a couple at the top of where people are literally going out on the highways and getting down on their knees and waiting for hours for the monks to walk by, just so that they can, be on their knees on the side of the road and get a blessing from the monks as they pass by. Many people, more than a few people, we'll see tonight crying, weeping, as they encounter these monks on this walk. I think all along the way, this March for Peace has received decent local media, and in fact, we saw that at the top of the stream, where we saw the newscast from Mississippi. There have been newscasts all the way from Texas all the way along, local newscasts. What I haven't seen is national coverage. While the world is busy tearing itself apart on mainstream media, these men have done this profound thing that has affected all the communities and managed to get, again, local coverage, franchise coverage, all the way across. All the local stations have covered this. Local law enforcement is alerted ahead of time. They come out and travel along the route of the monks to make sure that they're protected and safe. Everybody knows this is going on. The whole country, literally, I think at this point, anybody who indulges in YouTube or any of the social media knows that this is going on. They are definitely an internet sensation at this point, as we'll see. We'll look at some more videos. But I think the national coverage is lacking, and I'd like to see that pick up. We're 50 days in, more or less, into the march. So we're not even halfway yet, 120 days. One of the things they encourage you to do is to walk for peace with them, even in your own place of abode. And they talk a lot about meditating on the breath, which is, of course, the most basic, simple, the most core meditation of Buddhism is meditation on the breath. So they've really been trying to keep it simple and talk a lot about that. And really saying that, look, we can't give you peace. We're not here to deliver peace to you. That can only come from inside you. And they've been really consistent with that message as well. They've spoken to people at every stop along the way. Some of the stops involved like temples, the Laotian temples, Theravada temples, any kind of Buddhist shrine. That's along their route. They have made a point of stopping at. The entire journey will be 2,300 miles. And one of the things that happened at the very beginning of the march, thank goodness that it's more or less behind them now at this point, but there was a tragic accident, automobile accident. Two of the monks and Aloka, the dog, were hit and injured quite severely. Aloka was injured almost mortally and survived and is still marching. She's fine now. She just had a checkup in Mississippi. She needed a little bit of a tune-up and some medications, but some Mississippi vets yesterday donated their time. They went and picked her up and brought her to a wonderful hospital in Mississippi and gave her A1 top to bottom checkup and treatment, and she's taking the day off today. I was reported to me in the vehicle, in the support vehicle. They have a support vehicle that travels with them. Originally they started out with a van, and because of the accident and the publicity, somebody stepped forward and donated an RV, so they now have one actually about this size of the RV that I'm sitting in right now. I'm actually sitting in an RV. So that happened, and unfortunately one monk is on crutches, and he's continuing to walk. The one of them that was in the accident, he's on the walk. You can see him in the line of monks. He's the one he's kind of got like two little crutches that he's hobbling along to get through the march. And then Aloka, of course, is still in the march, is still in the game. The one monk who was injured the most severely, though, lost his leg 2 days ago. Unfortunately, it had to be amputated. He was immediately donated a wheelchair and whatnot, and he's not in the march. He's still back in Texas, recuperating from that. But he gave an interview, and he said it was 100%. He was smiling. It was really heartbreaking to watch, but he was smiling, and he was content with his sacrifice for the walk for peace. And that's pretty. The whole thing is amazing, guys. And even in my own sangha, I know a lot of my sangha will tune in. I dropped it in the Discord when I went live. And if you're in my sangha and you're listening, even within my sangha, I think this is a very this is something that slipped under people's radar, that this is going on, and just how incredible, how amazing this is. Every community that these monks go into, people line up along the streets on both sides by the hundreds to greet these monks and to bring out the donations and to receive blessings from them and to receive their teachings. And one of the things I'd like to see by the end of this is I'd like to see mainstream media coverage. So I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover it on, independent media, which is what we are. And I'm going to continue to do shows about it. And then I'd like to see, people get excited about this, and let's see some mainstream media coverage about this. And then by the by, they're going to get to DC. I really feel like they should be received at the White House. This president is the peace president, right? He's ended so many different wars, continues to try to end wars, and has, branded himself as the peace president. So I think that it would be appropriate. And then other thing I want to discuss later on in the stream also is how proud I am to be a Buddhist right now. because in a time when it seems like all the other religions are at each other's throats right now, you know, the Muslims, the Christians, the Jewish folks, everybody seems to be, the Hindus even, with the nationalism going on in India, and the appropriating of Buddhist shrines and stuff like that. So there's all these kind of tensions going on amongst all the other religions, but it seems to me that, at least in this case, Buddhism has stepped up to the plate. This is what's necessary in America, guys. If we're ever going to start talking to each other again, if we're ever going to build a society based on compassion and true happiness, for everybody, then this is where it has to begin. And as these monks are so eloquent in putting it, it really begins within each and every one of us. And I think these men are really, and this dog, let's not forget the dog, because we're going to listen to music today. One of the themes of this first episode on this that I'm going to do is the fact that they're only 50 days in, and over a dozen songs, half of those by really big musicians and artists, but over a dozen incredible songs have been written about this march in just 50 days. I mean, you know, I could see that if maybe it was like a year afterwards, right? And everybody's reflecting back and writing songs and music. This is while the march is still going on. The music that we heard at the top of it was I call it the Mississippi song, but it's you know, a blues kind of rendition song that was written by a blues musician in Mississippi, where they've had a really profound effect there. I really have to say that they've blown things wide open in Mississippi, and it's so heartwarming to see all those Mississippians sitting there, you know, taking meditation class from these monks. And in those songs, what's interesting is that 50% of those songs are about Aloka the dog, and you know, specifically. And so we saw one of those two at the top of the show. We'll look at a couple more in a little bit. One of the first little clips I wanted to look at, and one of the things I wanted to talk about, is the interaction between the monks and law enforcement. And all along the route, they have been, law enforcement has been engaged with them, and on a direct level, and have, you know, you can see as they're walking along the highway, the police cars will you know, will guard them as they walk, so that, and certainly I think now, since the accident, that was always the case, but since the accident now, they're even more protective of this thing. But more than that, what I've been seeing, and I wanted to find more videos, but I did find one that was one of the most moving ones to me, was the interpersonal, the interactions between, you know, law enforcement personnel and the monks. And that's really heartening. I saw monks, when they first entered Mississippi, I saw cops cry. Like, I saw weeping cops in Pineville, Mississippi in particular. And I couldn't find that video, but I will hunt it down eventually. But there was at least a half a dozen of them standing around, and there was not a dry eye. In these are people who go out every day, and they get shot at, and they risk their, you know, their lives, not knowing if they're even going home to their families. These are some of the most hardened folks in the world, and they were brought to tears by this. So I'm going to show a clip, and just to let you know what they're doing, and they talk a little bit about it, I think maybe even in that first video, but they have a token that they give out. It's just a simple yellow piece of yarn, and they tie it on your wrist in a special knot, a blessing knot, and then they give a blessing, and it's for good luck, and just that good fortune and auspiciousness. And they, of course, will give this to anybody who asks, and they try to give it to as many people as they can. And it's just a very basic and symbolic and ritualistic way that they can engage with people and weave them with something, a token of something. And of course, this is a traditional blessing thread or blessing. This is not something they just made up. This is actually traditional in Theravada Buddhism. So we're going to see that in this clip. But these cops that we're going to take a look at are, of all the hardened cops that I just talked about, this is Houston PD. Now, anybody who's ever visited Houston, Texas, it's a wonderful city. God bless you. If you're from Houston, I love Houston, okay? Well, let's face it, it's a rough town. And has even rougher cops as a matter of necessity, okay? And these guys deal with some of the worst crime probably in the country. So just remember, keep that in mind when we take a look at this clip. So we're going to go ahead and look at this interaction between law enforcement and the monks from the Walk for Peace. So that was, again, the interaction with Houston PD. But what I've seen is many videos, and we'll go over to their main channel where you can watch these forever. They're really trying their best to sort of document this along the way. Their web presence is really, as far as I can tell, super simple, and it consists of only the YouTube channel and the Facebook page, and both of those are linked below in the description. But I've seen just at least a half a dozen instances of that sort of interpersonal reaction with law enforcement. They've taken a rough ride in the last, few years, and so it's really heartening to see them blessed in this way by these Buddhist monks. And so yeah, I don't know. I think something like this could really be a cathartic thing in our country. This could be a moment. I remember during, I was young, I was a kid, but during the Vietnam War and during the strife of the late 60s and the 70s, Buddhist monks often played a role like this. It was not uncommon for Theravada monks, for instance, to try to separate lines of police from lines of protesters, and they would get in between them and go into meditation, sit down, and try to just, bring some peace to both sides of a confrontation. And they were very involved. Thich Nhat Hanh, I don't know if I can pronounce it right, but Thich Nhat Hanh, the monk who was really began the mindfulness movement, or began people's awareness of the mindfulness movement, was very famously worked with Martin Luther King and others to bring an end to the Vietnam War and to bring peace. So Buddhism has always had a way of sort of stepping up, at least in my lifetime, to these societal challenges of our times. And this is what I see happening now. And I don't think this is the last Walk for Peace we're going to see monks doing in this country. And I think this one in particular is going to, especially with all the challenges that they faced and their heroic efforts. Some of them are attempting to do this entire walk barefoot, so they're literally like bandaging their feet as they go. I mean, this is a dedication that really speaks well for my faith, and I'm very proud. I could not be prouder to be a Buddhist in the United States of America, and be, at least even tangentially, even if I can help bring some publicity through the stream to this, have done my part. I wanted to talk about the effect that they're having on the communities that they're going through. Some of these communities have Buddhist populations in them, and that's clear. They have temples, and they've stopped at temples and stuff. But others, like rural Mississippi, for instance, I'm pretty sure that that's the first time those folks have ever seen a Buddhist monk, ever. And so they're literally their first encounter with our faith is this walk for peace, and is these very dedicated, faithful monks with this beautiful message. And you know, to see people weeping, to see people who have never even seen a Buddhist monk weeping openly, because they are so moved by this and by the message, by Aloka. I mean, God help her, she's so cute. Let's look at another Aloka song real quick. She, like I said, several of these, many of these songs, I'd say 50% of all the songs that I've encountered, and at least a dozen of them have been written in just 50 days. Half of them are for Aloka. So let's look at another one, because really I think that Aloka has become, Aloka means light, by the way, which I found out today preparing for the show, means light. And I think that you know, it really fits the whole thing. You know, my theme with the Dharma Hermitage has always been that the doggies will be a huge part of what I'm doing. I think they are bodhisattvas, and we were talking in the Discord earlier today that there is something very special about dogs. I mean, of all the kind of pets that you can have that are interesting and cool and cute, there's something very unique and very, very special. And dog people know that for absolute certain, but and there's something very highly, I think, spiritual about them. They have a courage and a connection with the universe that I think that we can get, but we have to work at it, and I think they come by it the easy way. So let's take a quick look at another Aloka song.
On a dusty street in Kolkata, a spotty dog with no home, no family, no promise of shelter, yet drawn to the saffron robes, to the calm steps of monks, walking the ancient path of the Buddha. He paused, head tilted, eyes shining, as though he heard the call of something greater. And so he walked, feet rough, heart soft, Aloka, name for light, chose to follow. Across rivers and forests, through sacred sites and ancient stones, Bon Gaya Deer Park, the cave of the first council, Aloka walked. Winter frost biting his fur, summer heat scorching his paws, wild dogs snarled. Lonely nights dragged on, yet Aloka stayed. 4 small bare feet, one purpose, to walk the Sangha's path. One fog-laden morning, on a road cloaked in mist, a car veered. A crash, Aloka's body tumbled. His breath shallow, his eyes pleading, legs battered. The world blurred, but even as shadows closed in, his spirit flickered, and monks lifted him. They carried him. They did not abandon him. Hospital lights humming, needles piercing, cold floors and warm hands, pain and fear interwoven. Yet Aloka rose day by day, inch by inch, he walked again. Though weak, though scarred, his heart still thumped with the rhythm of the walk. He shook off the fog of despair, and in his eyes, the light returned. Now Aloka walks again, along highways and fields among monks and pilgrims, children reaching out to pat his fur. Smiles blooming like lotus flowers, he is a symbol of survival, of loyalty, of quiet strength. He is the gentle paw print beside the monk's Tutanga sandals. And with each step he takes, he walks not just for himself, but for all beings, for the light, the wisdom, the liberation. Aloka means light, and in his journey, from stray to companion, from broken to whole, from silent to stride, he becomes that light. He walks on. He does not forget. He does not yield. And in his quiet, steady presence, the walk for peace becomes richer, brighter, more human.
First of all, I'm Venerable Panyakara, and this is our first walk in America. But some of us have already walked many years in India and Thailand and all the countries as well. Yes, and we are here. We have Lao Sangha. Sangha means all the monks, the community monks, the Thai, the Vietnamese, and also there will be others to join as well. And this group we started from the beginning, 16 days ago. This is the 16 days. We still have over 100 days left to go. And our dog, he's been sleeping the whole time over there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's over there. So we found him in India when we walked 112 days in India. We found him and he followed us the whole time. He's a hero, true hero in India. And even though he fall sick and he got hit by a car, almost died, but he still stand up and walk. Even though he very ill, very sick, and I put him in the car and let him go by with the truck. Yeah. He refused to. He jump off and then walk.
He wants to be with you.
He wants to walk. He don't want to go with the car. So that inspires a lot.
Yeah.
And at the end of the journey, I don't want him to go back to his lifestyle, which is a stray dog.
Yeah.
So I brought him here, and now he's U.S. citizen.
Now he's yours forever. He's stuck with you guys.
Yeah.
That's so great.
He's very friendly and very nice dog. And every monk, every one of us love him so much because he inspires us a lot.
On a Kolkata morning, in the dust and heat, a small spotted shadow wandered lonely in the street. No roof above him, no hand to hold, just a heartbeat searching for a place to call home. Then he saw the monks walk gently, robes like flowing gold. He followed soft footsteps down the ancient road.
Every mile a teaching, every
small four-legged monk by his teacher's side. A loca walks with me through the mountains and the rain. Little heart of courage, little lamp against the pain. Every mile a teaching, every breath a silent plea. A loca walks with me. A loca walks with me. Then one foggy morning, wheels came screaming down the road. A cry broke the silence and the world felt cold. Broken bones trembling, breath fading thin. But love lifted him up, refused to give in. And slowly, slowly he rose to his feet. A miracle wrapped in fur, returning to the beat. A loca walks with me through the mountains and the rain. Little heart of courage, little lamp against the pain. In his eyes the sunrise, in his steps a sacred key. A loca walks with me. A loca walks with me. From stray dog to brother, from darkness into light, he carries a simple truth through every day and night. That kindness is a refuge and love can set you free. So a loca walks with me. 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 A loca walks with me.
All right. That's pretty nifty. So, yeah, and you know, the songs for a loca continue. I'm even going to close this stream out later on with one as well. You know, dogs inspire me, as anybody who knows who's followed my channel, even reading my book, even, or anything to do with me, especially people who know me in person. I think they're bodhisattvas, and I believe that with all my heart and soul. I've come to believe that my dogs, in particular, have followed me from lifetime, at least my past life, my most recent past life, to this one, and maybe even lifetimes before that. This is something a belief I hold close. Especially Xavier, my little dog. We've called him our Buddha dog, my Buddha dog, ever since I got him. I really feel that he actually meditates with me. He has moments of spiritual clarity that really are almost frightening. Actually, you get used to them after a while, but they can be incredibly heroic and enlightened beings. Yeah, and that's just that. It does not surprise me that a dog is making this journey with these monks. So we're gonna take a look at what sort of web resources they got. All right, let's check this out. So this is their Facebook page. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, and you got to have an account really to really take a good look at the information that's here. But this is their one of their primary sort of web presences here, and now what I was hoping is it was a donation link, but they're not really super big about the donations. But anyway, this is their Facebook page. The link is in the description below. And then the one that, of course, is most meaningful to me is the YouTube channel. And so this is their YouTube channel, and this is where we can really you can really get the entire sort of journey from the beginning to end here. And let's just take a look at a couple of the videos. There was a couple of them that I found really, really moving. The ones that I like are the ones where people literally wait for them to come by on the highway for hours. This one's kind of cool, though. Let's take a look at this one. I saw this one earlier today.
She'll take a picture, then she'll take a picture, and I'll... Thank you.
Every way, acts of kindness light the way. Acts of kindness, big or small, they make the world better for all. Sharing a hand to hold, a story shared. Sharing love, one little deed. Acts of kindness, plant the seed.
So that's just a couple of selections from the website, the YouTube channel for the Walk for Peace, and the link is down below. And that's pretty much the Facebook page, and the YouTube page is the only, in my research, the only web presence I could find. They're definitely not e-begging, and there's no if Walmart Yoga sees this, they're definitely not e-begging. I couldn't find any place to donate to them directly. I do know they take donations along the walk, and so maybe that's their rule, that you got to actually go to them and to help them out. Yeah, I mean, I think I want to, sort of, maybe finish up with really the profound effect that something like this could have on the country. I really think that something like this could have a significant impact on the dialogue right now, the discourse in our country, and this is forever going to be a part of the story of our country. I think it's really interesting that they're reaching the halfway mark during the holiday season. The holiday season has always meant a lot to me. Take another look at our tree and our now dying fireplace because I didn't recharge the batteries. But this is a time of peace, for Christians, for so many people who, even if they aren't directly Christian, who celebrate this moment as a moment of giving and a moment of peace. I think, I hope, I guess, that this begins a process whereby being peaceful becomes socially acceptable again. okay? Because right now it seems like the only thing that's socially acceptable, the only thing that the algorithms of life and social media reward is, you know, hatred and animosity and division. And it's not cool anymore, you know, to say, wait a minute, let's just take a deep breath. Let's take a few breaths. Let's even stop for a moment and focus on our breath. And there's nobody, you know, and this, you know, because if you did say it, you'd just be branded as just, you know, a tree-hugging lunatic on YouTube, right? Trying to get clicks. So how do you put that message across and put it across with legitimacy? And these monks certainly have legitimacy. This is one thing that's it's indisputable at this point. 50 days into their journey, people are writing dozens of ballads about their courage and their spirituality. So this is these are the messengers we needed to be able to deliver that message with legitimacy and therefore make it cool again. And who knows what something like this can start. I mean, so many moments in the 60s and the 70s and even beyond in the 80s and whatnot came from these single events, these single moments in history and time. They're like butterfly moments, I call them, in history. This could be one of them. And in any case, whatever's going on here with this Walk for Peace is not going to set us back at all. It's going to be helpful. It is being helpful already in getting people to think differently, and I think that I'd like to see Buddhists everywhere, including my own Sangha, really, really, really support this. It's not going to be forever. It's another 70 days that they have left, maybe 80. They've had some setbacks in the time schedule, but it's not going to be forever. It's going to seem that way for those who follow my channel, because I'm going to be relentless about putting episodes out about this. I'm going to continue to collect media from the Walk for Peace and present it in these episodes going forward, to keep everybody updated and to, again, try to pressure the mainstream media, the big media, corporate media, to cover this and properly. And then I think that at that point, if we succeed in that, if we can even succeed that far, the rest will be like dominoes, and I think it will be inevitable that they'll be received well in Washington, D.C., and possibly even be received at the White House. And that would be astounding. That would be a real incredible delivery of their message. And again, I've never been prouder to be a Buddhist right now than I am. This is people of our faith, people who believe what we believe, stepping up and making a difference, with courage, determination, and to good effect. People are profoundly, and you can see that in these videos, profoundly moved by their encounter. Not just one or two, almost universally, everybody who encounters this comes away clearly, obviously moved. I think I'm going to do another song, so let's take a look at yet another composition, a song written about the Walk for Peace.
From Fort Worth to Washington, D.C., a 120-day to 300-mile journey of peace. Buddhist monks walking across America with their loyal dog Aloka by their side, spreading loving kindness, compassion, and hope for the whole world. Step by step beneath the sky, we walk with hope, you and I. Let the anger fade away, let compassion lead our way. Every heart can learn to heal, every wound can slowly seal. In this world of joy and grief, we rise again and walk for peace. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk through day and walk through night. Hand in hand the world will see, peace begins with you and me. Walk for truth, walk for love, guided by the stars above. Let all hatred finally cease. Come with me, let's walk for peace. Across the land from sea to sea, a message carried peacefully. 120-day walk so wide, 2,300 miles they stride. Buddhist monks with hearts so pure, a loca walking strong and sure. Step by step their prayers increase, calling all to walk for peace. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk through day and walk through night. Hand in hand the world will see, peace begins with you and me. Walk for truth, walk for love, guided by the stars above. Let all hatred finally cease. Come with me, let's walk for peace. May all beings live in freedom. May all suffering gently cease. May our footsteps write the story of a world that walks in peace. Through the valleys, over mountains, let our gentle courage rise. Peace is born in every moment when compassion fills our eyes. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk with courage shining bright. Every breath a prayer release, for a world that walks in peace. Walk for hope, walk for love, blessed by wisdom from above. Let all sorrow find release. Come with me, let's walk for peace. Come with me, let's walk for peace.
Yeah. So, like I said, for my followers, especially who subscribe to the channel, strap up, because I'm going to be doing a lot of episodes in the next 80 days or so, 70 to 80 days that this continues. And I encourage everybody to do. I think the one thing that you can do really right now, it seems from afar, I mean, other than jumping on a plane and going to see them, is to, you know, to first of all do what they're asking, which is to be mindful of your breath, you know, which is basically the core meditation that I do every day anyway. And you know, walk in your own life for peace and follow them and really give them as much media attention as you can. I mean, you can really get addicted to their videos, for instance, on the YouTube site, and you can just go through and keep hitting likes, you know, like, making comments, that all boosts the algorithm. We all know how it works, right? So, and boost the light. Put the light on them. Tell your friends. Tell everybody you know. Put it out on your own little social media feeds that this is going on, and really try to just get as many people to pay attention to it as you can. And I think that's the best thing we can do from afar to support them right now. And I think I think they would like that. I think they would want that kind of support. So we're going to do it here at the Dharma Bum Productions. Here in all my shows, I'm going to be using this platform to talk about this going forward, and just do the same. And I think that's one of the best things we can do. Yeah, I mean, I managed to get through the episode without crying, but a lot of these, putting together the whole show this afternoon, I was literally going through the Kleenex, and I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. I have to say, in my life, I've seen some really incredible things. I've seen people step forward for peace in incredibly brave ways. But this is completely unique, and from a Buddhist perspective, I don't believe I've ever seen anything quite like this. It's going to break. It's going to break into mainstream media. There's no way that you can look at the media that I presented today in my show and not see that something more than historic, something epic is going on. Something that people will be talking about for years, decades maybe, who knows. Documentaries will be made about this, but it's happening now. And now is when we as individual Buddhists, especially, in the far-flung ethers of the internet, this is the moment when we can have an impact on this event. So I'm going to bring it to you. I hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight. Happy holidays for those who celebrate out there. And it looks like the majority of you will be watching this on the on the archive on the YouTube channel, but that's okay. Leave your comments, give a like and subscribe to the channel. As I said at the top of the show, channel news is just that next week, on next week's episode, next Saturday, I believe. If it's not Christmas, I don't even know if next Saturday's Christmas. I'm not good with the calendar thing, but I don't think next Saturday is Christmas. We will do a show right before Christmas, I think. And so we'll see you before Christmas. But happy holidays for those who celebrate. We do. We're a mixed family, Buddhist and Christian. So, and besides, I think we would celebrate it anyway because it's just a fun holiday to celebrate. And looking forward again to bringing the puppy home on the 23rd. We have a winter appeal, guys. One of the things that I've been working hard, I've been visiting here and taking advantage of the facilities at my sister's, where she's situated, to really bring the base camp of the Hermitage up to 110%, so that we roll over into the new year in a strong position up at the Hermitage. We are still attempting to power through the negotiations for a second piece of land, which is quite exciting, and I think we'll have some news on that relatively soon. So we'll be adding to the size of the Hermitage. We'll be adding a driveway and parking, and also a well, which will be quite exciting. So we'll have probably some information on that. And then also we're going to give away a mela. Every episode starting next Saturday, probably at 9 p.m. I'm pretty sure it'll be the same time as our usual time, which is Saturday at 9 p.m. for this show. And next week's show we'll be giving away a mailer, and we're going to continue that. Every week we're going to give away a mailer in a raffle that will take place at the end of the show. So tune in and get the blessing of some Dharma. They're beautiful mailers, actually. I'm really anxious to receive them. The delivery, I get them on Thursday, and I'll get to take a look at them. But I'm really anxious to get them and to start giving them out for free. I'm gonna print up. I already have the graphic ready to print up a little graphic, little instruction thing to put in there to tell everybody how to use them. And we got various kinds. So I know that a lot of different Buddhists, a lot of different schools of Buddhism tune into the show. So we'll have Mahayana mailers and Tibetan mailers and all sorts of different kind of mailers available to give out. And so it's going to be fun. We're going to have fun with that over the holiday. Begin at the holidays just before Christmas is a great time to begin giveaways. But I finally found a way to do giveaways on the stream. And it's not easy to come up with Buddhist swag, okay? And with game streaming, it's always easy, but to find stuff to give away. But I hopefully will become less audience free if we get some giveaways going. So you got to tune in next week. It'll only happen live. You'll have to be live and tuned into the show to get a free mailer. But so yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and close it out. At an hour and a half, that's not bad. That's a good stream. We got a closing song anyway, and I'm going to offer you guys the blessing. I hope everybody who watches this has an auspicious day, an auspicious holiday season. I hope that you're all with your loved ones and safe, and I wish you peace.
From the dawn of Texas skies, robes of saffron start to rise, walking softly mile by mile, carrying peace in every smile. Wind is whispering on the road, spread your love across the world, silent prayers in every stride, hope becomes their gentle guide. Step by step we carry peace, let the suffering slowly cease, hearts awaken, fears release, together we walk for peace. Step by step in harmony, boundless love for all to see. Let compassion never cease. Together we walk for peace. Through the towns and open plains, under sun and under rain, every step a sacred vow, healing lives in here and now. Faithful Oka by their side, by this holy stride, love that moves like gentle streams, turning miles into noble dreams. Step by step to DC streets. Together we walk for peace. Step by step, humanity, walking, loving unity. May the world find clarity. Together we walk for peace. May all beings live in ease. May all hearts be stilled and freed. May this journey